Hi guys, welcome back. Scatlink here. We're off immediately popping off a lucky egg because in this episode we've got a milestone. We have done a few evolutions, which is why I'm popping the lucky egg now. Even though, well, this very small segment was recorded on the 11th. We have a little bit of small section recorded on the 15th, and then obviously the 16th because that was Community Day for the Swinubs and Mamoswines and Piloswines and whatnot, so I'll get that in a minute. But here, this was personal. I wanted to show this off. I love Blaziken, it's my favourite Pokemon, and because of the Lunar event and the Pokemon going around and the Torchics and whatnot, I was able to catch enough in order to actually get myself an awesome Blaziken. Not female though. The 12.75% just does not feel like 20. It feels like 2% to be perfectly honest, but that's not the main event. The main event here, for the whole video pretty much, is Swablu. I managed to bump into a few more Swablu. They're not part of any event whatsoever at this point that's going on. I just managed to bump in a couple more, feed a couple of rare candies into it, and I was finally able to get that legendary 400 candy to get myself an Altaria. That took a while, and that is a milestone, but just like what we did with Gyarados when we finally got him, we've got other stuff to cover because there's a few updates, obviously, that have been happening during the time. In fact, 3 things were going off at, well, 2 things were going off at once, which was obviously Community Day, and of course, Valentine's Day, but there was also another upcoming update to the actual thing that allows you to take more photos, and we'll get into those right now. First of all, obviously, like I said, skipping the Community Day. This was recorded on the 15th, by the way, so I can't actually show anything Community Day related, but we'll get into that in a minute. Basically, they're going to be having an update of the AR feature, so you're able to take pictures of your own Pokemon instead of just wild Pokemon. You go into the mode, well, once it's available, I'll show it off, but you go into the mode, you take a picture of your surroundings, then you tap on your screen to chuck the Pokemon you want to be in the shot, use the AR to get in the right angle, and then you can take a photo. That's pretty much all it is, but it's not out yet. Valentine's Day, well, all the Pokemon that bump into this is basically stuff we've already seen before, but it lasts for pretty much a week after the actual Valentine's Day and starts right before. Pink Pokemon like Chansey, Hoppip, excuse me, and Love Disc, Hip-Hop, that's actually a good name for a Pokemon, appear more often. Pink Pokemon will hatch more from 7km eggs. Chansey and Porygon appear more in raids. Lore modules last for 3 hours instead of 30 minutes. And you also get twice the amount of candy, so that's a really good time to grind up. I think the Lunar event at this point has just finished, so yeah, pink Pokemon are pretty much the main event. And of course, Community Day on the 16th and 17th of February 2019 is the Swinub event again, but this time it allows you to actually evolve in this Mamoswine. So, excuse me for what I said in the last episode where, you know, I was giving the example that you could evolve Piloswine and Mamoswine with Sinnoh Stones. That's a thing. But basically, it's Swinub, Community Day, chances of shinies, and yeah, lore modules last, again, for 3 hours instead of 30 minutes. You get 3 times the amount of Stardust in the 3 hours allotted for each Community Day. And you'll also be able to get 10 Sinnoh Stones, 5 from trainer battles, and that's PvP battles, by the way, which I haven't actually done yet, and 5 from the team leaders. So if you fight the 3 team leaders like twice each, you'll get 5 Sinnoh Stones, but you only get 1 per battle, so you have to do 5 battles, either from the same person or just do whatever. Fight the trainers, fight the team leaders, and you'll get those Sinnoh Stones. But of course, this was recorded on the 15th. We've seen all the Pokemon that appeared during Valentine's, except for Chansey, but I've never actually been able to fight one in a raid, so we don't actually show any catches off on Rare Valentine's because it's stuff we've already seen before. Now, 16th of February, I actually managed to complete the Spooky Message story mission completely. I was missing the 8 new Pokestops because I keep collecting mine in the area, but I went out of my way to actually go do so and get them. But the other 3 missions were already complete, so I don't even know what the requirements of those were, but I completed it and I got some Spiritomb candy for it. And on the 16th of February, which during the Community Day event, I was able to catch just a few Swinub. And, well, I was able to evolve a very decent Swinub into a Piloswine, and then evolve that Piloswine into a Mamoswine. I just had barely enough candy to do that. I could have just evolved one of my Piloswines I already had from way back, but they weren't as powerful, and they were pretty much max CP from when they were back there, so they were actually quite weak in terms of my power level right now at level 31. I'm actually halfway through level 31 already. thanks to that lucky egg. But those were the 2 choice evolutions that I showed off at the beginning of this video. As you can see, we're almost at the end of this video already, and we only just hit the 5-minute mark. This is why I make these clip videos now, because not enough happened in one day. Could have done it all in one day, but, you know, that happened at that day, and I wanted to capture it, but it's like, 1 minute for a video? I don't know, that's probably not good enough. But the final thing that we got to show off that is of any noteworthiness at the moment is, well, getting our Sinnoh Stones. And Sinnoh Stones have been a little bit difficult to get recently. You mostly get them through completing story missions when Sinnoh Stones came out, but they haven't been added so far, but I'm pretty sure that'll be a method of getting them. If you're really lucky, you might get one from completing raids, and I think you also get a couple by spinning a disc, a Pokestop disc on your 7th day in a row spin, or, you know, if you get a breakthrough. So that's it. But right now, as you can see, I'm just fighting my team leader right now, because that fits. I'm using my Kyogre because, you know, why not? I mean, she has an Articuno, I use a Kyogre, I think that's fair. Sends out a Glalie. Her Pokemon are pretty much, I think she has set Pokemon for whatever CP rate that you fight her at. I've never tried using it at max because I don't know what her levels will actually be. But I always choose 2,500 just for a roundabout, because most of my Pokemon are at that level, so that's not a problem. It's basically the same fight that we've seen before, I'm just using different Pokemon for it really, and the only reason I'm doing it is to not only, you know, bump up that training a bit more, that training badge, medal, whatever you get, a bit more, but obviously it's for the Sinnoh Stone. There's not really much to talk about here really, I'm just fighting her really. And I've also noticed, once again, the gym leaders don't use their shields. I don't know why. They're so easy to take out because they just never use their protect shields. I don't get it. And she's gone. And there we are. We get our Sinnoh Stone. So in the next video, guys, more raids maybe, more legends, or maybe even more updates. See you guys next time.